Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Everybody welcome. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري ويشرك في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. Inshallah, we are continuing to study the chapter Mursalat, which is one of the, not the earliest, but quite early period of the messengership, when the message was started to be delivered by the Prophet, and people were getting alarmed. Not everybody in the vicinity of the Prophet, but only those people who were in the leading positions. They called themselves, we are the prominent people of this society, honorable people we are. So they thought that their position, their status was being or started to be threatened. And the Prophet was continuing his message. Some people, mostly from the lower, economically and social status-wise, lower people, but not in humanity, of course not, but in the eyes of the people, they were not really the rich and the well-known, knowledgeable people, started joining the circle of the prophetic mission and supporting their devotion to his message. So this was at the beginning, they didn't really take the notables of the society, didn't really take notice of the message seriously, but they thought, oh, this man is saying something strange. But later on, as he insisted, in spite of every demand from the notables, stop it, don't cause discordance in our community. That's the way we have been living and inherited from our ancestors for centuries before. So why do you challenge this according to their understanding, ancestral heritage? And the Prophet never took notice of it, continued without physical opposition, of course, just a kind of resistance, but peaceful resistance. It means not saying anything, not challenging back, but continuing his message. So he was bringing many, in his message, emphasized on the importance of the nature of the universe, how the things are so fragile in their existence, they cannot really keep themselves in existence by themselves. They are dependent. They are transient. We cannot stand them. We cannot really uh, put our trust in them. And also, our bodies are fragile too. And at this stage now, as we are studying, page 7, verse 16, أَلَمْ نُهْلِكُ الْأَوَّلِينَ. Did we not destroy earlier people who denied the truth? Of course, this parenthesis is put there in the translation for a good reason, but as far as our class the principles of understanding the Quran in our class is concerned, this is unnecessary, this parenthetical explanation. Why? Although I keep it there because the traditional way of understanding the meaning of this verse is alongside with this parenthetical explanation of the verse. Or those people said, did we not destroy earlier people? It means those tribes, people who have been mentioned in the Quran, destroyed before. So don't they see that they are destroyed? Of course, people may say, I don't know, something happened. Maybe a geological action happened. Maybe a disaster happened and they are dead now. But as our principle is to bring the meaning of the verses of the Quran to our real life right now. So we say, okay, the word destroy relates to what? It means halaka, it means nuhlik. Have we not? Or did we not? Elam nuhlik. Did we not destroy? Have we not destroyed the previous ones? Of course, destruction is subject to what? That is a very important point. Human spirit, human feelings themselves are not material. Human spirit is from the Creator, otherwise directly related to the Creator is not put into the physical form. It means material form. But the universe, in its material form, is fragile, but in its meaning is permanent, pointing to the absolute being. The meaning cannot be destroyed. For example, if you read a book or watch a video, nowadays people don't read books, so they watch videos. No, you get the idea. You can destroy the video, you can burn the book, but can you burn the meaning you extracted from it? No, it is not material. So destruction is, according to the teachings of the Quran, of course, subject to the material aspect of the things, not the meaning, not for example, as far as the human is concerned, my body is destroyed. My body is subject to destruction, but not my spirit. So we see that the bodies of the previous generations were already destroyed. They are rotting now in the soil. Correct. Who is doing this? The one who gave existence to the body, is now destroying it. But the body, as if, let's say, some people live in a house, so the people, conscious beings, get out of the house and destroy the house. But the people are there. House is destroyed, demolished, but the people are out. Like like this example, of course, it's an analogy. The house is my body, and the people living in the body is my spirit, my soul, my feelings. My feelings are not material, so they are not subject to distraction. The Creator created them without any physical body. So the Quran is talking about the destruction of the physical body of the people. So destruction is subject to the body. So therefore we understand that deniers, denying the truth is the spirit. But the denier's body is or has been destroyed as far as the earlier generations are concerned. What does it mean? How a person can guarantee his existence if this person defines himself in terms of only body. This person is subject to destruction because the body is to be destroyed. How about his spirit? No, it is not going to be destroyed. For example, this typical example we always use, which is very practical, which is also a good example of representing our life in the universe. Universe is our school where our spirit is educated. So the education institutions, which are schools here in this world, are for the educating human feelings, not the body, human feelings. So, of course, this is knowledge, when the information, the mind and feelings are being educated in these institutions. So, when the people graduate and leave the school, what happens? The people remain with their knowledge, what they learned. School may be destroyed, but the knowledge remains with the person's mind, which is not physical. Understanding, information. Information is not physical. So we understand that only the distraction is to be mentioned for the people who define themselves as body only. It means the deniers that they are created by a one who created their feelings, which is called their heart, their spirit. So their feelings are not subject to distraction, as well as the feelings or the spirit of the deniers is not subject to distraction. So we have to understand that, look, those people who lived in the city or town, wherever you live, who lived 100 years before, where are they now? Their bodies are distracted, destroyed. Their bodies are destroyed. Their spirit must be kept by the one who created them, as the meaning of the book is kept in the mind of the author, but even the book, the papers of the book is burned. The meaning is not lost at all, remains as fresh as it is ever. So distraction of the body doesn't mean that distraction of the spirit. That's what we have to understand, that this destroying is subject to the unbelievers because they define themselves in the form of body only. That is important to notice. Afshan Haq writes something, appears to be a type of self-destruction. The creator is destroying according to their choice. Yes, yeah, the good point. Thank you, Afshan. Because if I define myself as body, I would say I'm going to be destroyed when I die. Although I know that my body is continuously being destroyed by being subject to renovation continuously. Every 6 months, every 1 year, the people say, the experts say that our body cells are renewed. It means 2 years ago, my body is not the body I have now. It is already destroyed, but I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm conscious of it. Would you believe it? Would you understand that? Or would you be convinced that when I die, I wouldn't say you die, people say, no, I don't want to die, but I don't care. So I can speak for myself. When I die, my consciousness will remain as it is now after my death. But my connection, the consciousness, my spirit's connection with the body is separated. That is the only thing what happens when we die. Never, ever imagine or give a chance to the thought that when you die, you will lose yourself. Not at all. Maybe for a period like the sleep we have. When I sleep, I may not be aware of my existence, depending on one's understanding of existence, by the way. I may not be aware of my existence. But when I wake up, I become aware of my existence. It didn't disappear. Death is like going to sleep. Resurrection is like waking up. That is how the Quran describes, and also prophetic explanation of these verses likened to sleep. Quran also gives the example of sleep and waking up, and also changing the day and the night. So following each other. So it is an example of really sleeping and waking up. It is an example of taking the spirit out of my body now and transferring it into another body, which my spirit now will exercise exactly what he learned here at the same level. So if someone denies himself as to be a human being who has spirit rather than body only, then this person, as our friend Afshan rightly put it in the chat box, that he is himself now continuously being destroyed, and he is experiencing of this destruction now in his existence. I am aging, I am aging, I am losing my being, I'm going to lose forever when I die, but now I am prepared really to lose my existence. And also the Quran says, don't you see the previous generations? They all died. Where are they? How about the ones before this generation? They also died. It means if if the people or if those people who define themselves as body, they are gone. You see, be careful if you don't want to get lost in existence. It means if you don't want to lose your existence, be careful how you define yourself. If you really understand that you are a human being, what makes you a human being is not your flesh, your bone, your blood, your brain, the flesh of your brain. You, what makes you a human being is your feelings all together, human feelings all together, including the intelligence, learning ability, training your feelings, all sort of feelings. This is what human being is. So we have to be very careful. So, ثم نتبعهم الآخرين. Now, what does it mean? Then we made the others to follow them. Of course, let's assume my grandparents died. It means they are separated from their body, and my parents also died, separated from their parents. What does it mean? We made the others to follow them. You too will be separated from your body. It means you will get out of this physical appearance, physical aspect of this creation. It means you will get out of this physical institution of the school of the universe. You will get out of it. So prepare yourself for it. So God says in the verse 18, this is how we deal with the wicked. كذلك نفعل بالمجرمين. How to deal with the wicked people. Wicked people means rejecting God's grace, Creator's grace, and rejecting that they are created by a conscious being for a purpose, to educate, to learn, to get ready for an eternal life. Those people who do all these rejections, they are called in the Quranic language wicked people. They harm themselves by denying the reality as if they are going to gain anything by contradicting their own human side, because human side does not want to lose its existence, to lose the pleasure of existing in this world. But if you don't attribute your existence to an absolute creator, then you have to define yourself as body, and a body is continuously experiencing the destruction continuously. And human consciousness continuously reminds, knock at our feelings that, look, you are going to be completely disappear from existence in the form of a body. Of course, those people who are wicked denied the reality for just for a simple reason that I don't want to submit myself to a creator who gave me existence. I want to claim the ownership of my own existence. All right. Protect yourself then. Sustain your existence. Let alone giving existence to yourself is impossible. We are already given the existence. We found it that we are existing. Already our existence is given by someone else. So we found it. Can you sustain it? No. Can you stop aging? No. So what's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? Why do you harm yourself by reducing yourself to a form of meat? By just for the arrogance that is so meaningless, purposeless, just not to submit oneself to his creator or her creator. We sometimes say that, of course, belief matters are extremely important. They have the priority for our concerns. But at the same time, if the belief, even if the belief is established, what is most important and most difficult for human ego, human false pride? To submit to the creator. That's why people avoid belief in the creator in order to not submit themselves to the creator. So they go against their nature not to submit themselves to the creator and deny the creator so that they will feel free. Because if someone accepts the creator, he finds himself that he has to submit his existence to him, and he should claim nothing but be thankful to the creator and try to see the reason, the purpose he created the person for, whatever the purpose he created. He has to search. That is the responsibility that we have to educate ourselves here by being and by being honest to ourselves, not contradicting ourselves. Be careful. We are not going to do anything more than just not contradicting ourselves, complying with the nature of our own being, nothing else. Belief and submission is nothing else. So I cannot create the orange. I cannot create the sunlight. I cannot create an atom even. What do I claim? What's wrong with me? But human beings are free to choose to be arrogant, to be wicked, or to be honest to their reality. Not an extra thing. Belief in God and submitting to the Creator is not extra to our nature. I think we have to understand that belief in God is the most comforting reality for my nature as a human being. I didn't produce my feelings. My feelings require it. Whether I was taught any religious notion or not, my feeling accepts that I am given existence by something else. I didn't create myself. Matter cannot create my human side. Neither they are able to choose to make my body. They have no will, no knowledge, no power. They are subject to the order. That's it. Then order is under the control or desire, the will of its creator, whoever originated the order. Now, matter is subject to the order, cannot be the originator of the order. It is subject to the order. So, order, it is obvious for the human mind that order is or needs to be created, given existence. So the matter is put into it so that accordingly they will, the existence will continue according to the will of the creator of the whole universe. So, for example, the bricks of the house, very simple example, cannot be the originator of the house. But somebody has the project, gave existence to the bricks, made the bricks, and put the bricks into the project or the blueprint of the house and made the house. That's me. That's my house, my being. What's wrong with it so that I should contradict this? That's my reality. I cannot change my cells. I cannot change the order that my cells works accordingly, according to this order. And I cannot change the order of the universe. I am obeying the order of the universe. My body is obeying the order of the universe. Why should I obey the one who gave existence to the order of the universe? Why should I abstain from it? Why should I contradict my reality so that my feelings will suffer from falling into despair of continuously losing my existence and getting to a dead end according to the wicked understanding of the universe? Dead end means end of my existence, finish. No one wants to lose his life unless he goes crazy or out of control under very heavy emotional stress or depression. Otherwise, normally, no one would really like to lose his life. Now, this is our reality. So we should understand that as I choose to be a wicked person, my inevitable result is to experience the destroyal of my destruction of my existence continuously. It is an inevitable end for me. I have to experience the destruction continuously. I am aging, I am aging, I am aging. I'm going to lose whatever I gained here. I am happy when I gain, but when I realize that I'm going to lose them, I lose all my hope and pleasure in gaining. I cannot change this reality. I think it is an extremely important subject for us. Okay, how about this refrain in the text of this chapter, Mursalat? وَيْلٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ لِلْمُكَذِّبِينَ. Oh, how horrible is that day for those who deny the truth. I will say يومئذ is that moment of wickedness. How horrible is that moment of wickedness for those who deny their own reality. Wow. وَيْلٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ لِلْمُكَذِّبِينَ. If I choose to be the wicked, no way for me, no way for me to take pleasure from my life here and in the next creation according to the capacity of my human body, however I educated it, whether I trained the submission to my creator by submitting myself, admitting that he is the owner of my existence, he is the owner of everything I am benefiting in this world, then I will have a new creation deserving according to my learning, my education. However I learned, I will practice it in my life. This is the life of this world, is like a seed. No, seed is what? All the DNA, how the DNA is written, all right? And what we do here in this world, we write our own DNA for the next creation, if you like, in the form of a seed. We write it accordingly, like the students in the school, whatever they learn, they get ready for life after graduation. Now, they cannot be more than this or less than this. They will be successful as much as they learned during the education. So, however, I really wrote, if you like, in my practice of this life in this world, my DNA structure accordingly, my seed of life here in this world will grow into a tree which gives fruit according to its own nature. Can you expect an example? This is not a bad thing to be a lemon, but lemon seed will be as sweet as grapes. No, the lemon seed will grow into a tree which will be like uh, grapes, sweet like grapes. So it won't. It will be sour. Lemon, if you is as the Quran describes beautifully, the seed of the uh, tree of Zakkum, tree of Tuba, the description, it means very poisonous, the seed of a poisonous plant will grow into a poisonous plant. Seed of a very beautiful mango plant will grow into a mango tree. Now, this is how the Creator is teaching me. Take care of your seed of life in this world. Write your DNA for the next creation accordingly. So out of this tree, it is my order of creation that only whatever your seed of life has been written, I will create your tree in the next life, giving the same fruit. If I torture myself in this world with an understanding or interpretation of my existence as only existing by itself, I have no owner, I have no conscious creator, I have no conscious taken conscious being taking care of my needs. Everything is accidentally happening, and the seed gives or grows into this kind of, as the description is made in the literature, hadith literature, tree of Zakkum, which is poisonous. You are hungry, you have to eat something, but there is nothing, only the fruit of Zakkum. As you eat it, it is poisonous. If you don't eat it, you are dying of hunger because you didn't say that the Creator has blessed you when you were in the world. You say chance that caused me to exist in the form of a human being. Call chance now. As the language of the Quran says, call your idols now to help you. What is the idol of this age? Nature, the things themselves, happening by accidents. Oh, call these idols now, idol of your understanding now. These are the prevalent things. If you say at the same time, be careful, we have to be very conscious of what we are doing. When I say I believe in God, it doesn't solve the problem completely. It is just the beginning of my solution for salvation. I believe in God, but for example, the government takes care of me. Money I earn sustains my life. I am nourishing my children. You see? Okay, when I die, my creator will say, okay, that is the seed you composed in the world. It will grow this one. You are nourishing yourself. Your food is really feeding you. Okay, call your food to feed you, not me. Because you didn't accept that I am preparing the food for you. You said food is the source of my nourishment. Okay, go and ask it. Now the food is rotten, destroyed in the world, completely. Even while you are living in this world, it is already destroyed. That is why destruction is only for those who denies the reality and reduces himself to materiality. It means to matter only. Matter is subject to destruction. Continuous is changing, but one thing is not changing. The qualities of the creator is constant in the existence. Anything exists witnesses that my creator must have an absolute quality of power, absolute quality of knowledge, absolute quality of choice, free choice, absolute quality of wisdom, etc., etc. Excuse me. That is exciting for me to realize. If I don't accept it, matter is continuously changing, but what matter witnesses demonstrates that my creator, matter is speaking now, my creator is an absolute creator, absolute being, absolute knowledge, the owner of the absolute knowledge, etc., etc. So you can list all the qualities you observe in the universe. Then if you realize, if you don't realize these qualities as the constant, it means you are not affiliating yourself or identifying yourself with the owner of these qualities. You are affiliating yourself or defining yourself in terms of the matter itself. So matter is subject to destruction. I see in the chat box quite a number of things are written. Okay, wonderful. Shahrani family rights. I'm confused about what is truly promised for the resurrection. This body coming back, the body parts bearing witness, using the body to drink or eat in the afterlife. Also, descriptions of hellfire where the body is suffering. No, sorry. I mean, is it useful to imagine this body in the afterlife? It seems like a completely different place. Of course, it is a completely, you are right, it is a completely different creation according to the capacity of your spirit, your education, according to the capacity of the, if you like, seed you developed here. The tree will be created according to the nature of this seed that you and I have composed here. So this is not the body at all that will suffer in the hereafter, but the spirit which is given appropriate to its nature will enjoy or will suffer, but in fact, the spirit is suffering. But body will be given and it is exercised through body, if you like, as it is here. If I don't have the eye, my power of sight cannot operate. That is how I am created. My spirit needs a tool to operate. But the tool which will be given in the next creation, definitely according to what my spirit deserves. So the seed will grow according to its nature, according to how it is composed, the innate structure is composed. The tree will grow and give fruit exactly the same nature. It means if I torture myself by claiming that I I consist of body only, and this body will rot, and in the hereafter I will continuously experiencing the rotting body and physically feeling it in my spirit as well. So you are right. I would say you are right. So we should not confuse the body here and my training here, but the resurrection will be completely different. Colin Turner says, resurrection is corporeal and will be dense or ethereal depending on one's orientation in this school of life. But corporeality of resurrection is definite. Yeah, I would say, yeah, definite. That means, i.e., necessary, because the nature of my spirit is such, because it is not that I designed the spirit. My God created me, my creator has created me in this form. I am experiencing it and I'm conscious of it. Thank you, Colin, for clarification. Shahrani family writes back, why do many people feel drawn to want to be more spirit from that corporeal? I would say this of myself. It's sort of that I don't feel satisfied with being limited to a body. Now, it is, but Shahrani family, I know you are really deeply reflecting on the subject in order to understand what the reality of it. Now, we should forget about other people. How do they feel? What do they say? What do they write? How do they speak on videos? Forget about them. Now turn to yourself, and also I should turn to myself and look at myself. Can I experience my creator without having the tools of this material existence? Can I know the knowledge of the author without reading his book written on a paper? No. Can I understand a person, the knowledge of a person without listening his voice? No. Material voice. Voice is a material thing. Vibrations of the air, molecules. Now, our spirit is created in need of body. So we cannot imagine the existence of the body, existence of spirit without body. That is why the transmission from this life of the world into the next creation, the life in the next creation must be alongside together with the transmission of from this body into an appropriate body to my reality of the spirit, how I educated him or it, how I trained, prepared my spirit to grow into another form of material tree, so that this tree will give me the fruit. I will entertain the fruit of my tree of life in the hereafter. So, but this next creation, we don't know. We have no like of it here. We cannot imagine. Appropriate to the capacity of my spirit, that is for sure. That is the justice of my creator. You open a school, start an education system, students come there, those people who learn it. Those people who don't learn it, remain ignorant. Now, that is the reality of this universe. So when the graduation day comes, these people, which is graduation day is death, comes, these people will graduate and get into the fire, to the life, according to their capacity, how much they have trained their capacity of knowledge, how they trained themselves during the education. Exactly the same. In the hereafter, we will be given a life which is appropriate to the qualities we gained in this world. Positive qualities, negative qualities are the same. Will be given rotten body, good, healthy body. However, we educated and trained our seed of life here in this education center of the universe. So, which kind of tree it's going to be out of my seed of experience of spirit here? I don't know. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a seed? You found a seed. You don't know, you have not experienced the plant of that seed at all. What can you say about the seed? The seed is I don't know, is a huge tree or a small plant? Which color, which qualities? No way to imagine. No way to imagine by looking at the seed itself. How can you make sure which kind of seed it is? Very easy. The order, the justice of the Creator is out there. He is demonstrating his justice in the creation of this world. As an example, put the seed into sow the seed into the soil, and new shoot will come out of it, and you will see which kind of plant it is, without really experiencing the physical appearance of the plant in the form of an, I don't know, vegetable, maybe a tree or whatever, maybe grass, we don't know. Then we can understand, this is the seed which grew into this plant. Exactly the resurrection. We are here to prepare our seed in the most realistic manner as we can do it here. It means realistic to expectations of our spirit, not contradict yourself, prepare your seat here, if you like, your degree here. Accordingly, you will practice in the real life after graduation. Exactly. So the new creation, resurrection, definitely needs to be from the order of the universe. For example, without the body of the universe, can I in any way understand who the creator is? Think about it. Don't be everybody, every one of us, not only Shehrani family. No, no. Every one of us. If there was nothing created, can you become aware of the creator? That is our reality. We have to experience the physical existence of the things through physical means. It means through eye, through brain, through ear, through tongue. Without tongue, I cannot. Without nose, I cannot smell. Without tongue, I cannot taste. That is, although the ability to taste, to smell, to see, to hear is in my spirit, but it cannot operate. This is how the Creator is demonstrating to me that without a physical tool, your spirit cannot operate. In the next creation, definitely the physical body is created, must be created in order for your spirit to continue experiencing its qualities as they are prepared. So simple. Universe is full of example of it. My real life is a real example for me, and my logic confirms it, and also prophetic message confirms it. There is no contradiction in any way. No contradiction in creation, in the world, in the universe, no creation in my existence, no contradiction in my existence, no contradiction in the message that we receive through the messengers of God revealed to them by God. Now, when that's obvious, the messengers are mostly uneducated people, deliberately selected because people wouldn't say that, oh, he studied the. So some people say, come on, it is really, let's have a break now, a little bit. Some people said, you know, some notions of 7 layers of the sky exists in Greek mythologies, philosophies. So Muhammad must have stolen it from there. So ridiculous. In Mecca, no one knew the Greek language at all. No one was aware of its existence. Even after the death of the Prophet, the people went to the Mesopotamia, and in this area, they become aware of the Greek philosophy, and a certain people learned it, and they realized that, they also mentioned 7 layers of sky. Muhammad passed away years ago, and he was an illiterate person. Come on, don't be ridiculous. He wasn't a scholar. There was no education system in Mecca. There was no training of any kind of education at all. So ridiculous. These people are crazy, must be crazy. And anyways, if someone doesn't want to submit his reality, they can make up all sorts of stories. They are free. Of course, we have to take care of ourselves. The wisdom in choosing an illiterate person, but innocent, but honest person, then we understand this reason so that we should have no reason to doubt about the revelation that Muhammad has received, not from himself, from the creator of the universe. Well, the Greek philosophers had this idea, of course, as the message of Islam tells us, every nation is given a prophet, is sent a prophet. Every nation. Some of them may realize, some of them may not realize, and most of them are really forgotten about as the messages from God, but some remnants of them remained in any tradition. In any tradition you see the remnants of them. Some things remained. No, this must be remained in that tradition which continued into the period of the Greek mythology, when the mythologies are written. So that is obvious and evidence that God sends messengers to everywhere, to everybody, every nation, all the time. So, how horrible is that moment for those who deny the truth? Now, when you deny the truth, you experience it on a transient base. But when you really compose your DNA of the seed of your life with poisonous experience of life, saying that I am going to disappear from existence, there is no hope for me to get out of this end, that end, desperate end, suffer from this continuously, of course, at the end, this DNA in the seed will grow into experiencing this horrible experience in the next form of bodily reaction, resurrection, and bodily life in the next creation after resurrection. So one thing Shahrani family mentioned was attracted my attention and I forgot about it. Why the religious people keep saying that we should forget about the worldly life, material life? We have to understand, first of all, they don't realize that their spirit can only experience through material existence. There is no other way. Even the revelation is there. Hypothetically, if there was no physical existence, there would be no prophet. If there was no prophet, there would be no revelation either. So it is an hypothetical situation. It's just imaginary. But reality is out there. We are given physical existence. The revelation is conveyed to us, passed on to us through physical existence of a physical being, a prophet, a human being. So we hear it from his mouth. We hear it from his mouth. We don't hear it from God who's speaking to me now, but I can understand that this revelation is the speech of God, and I can imagine as if my creator is speaking to me right now, but this is just an imagination. It is not a physical experience. But whereas when I listen to the prophet reciting the revelation to me, I am hearing and experiencing it physically. So these people are not aware of the value of physical existence. What they mean by saying that don't pay attention to the physical side of it, don't try to satisfy your bodily ambitions. I mean they should mean, if they are aware of it, of course, most of the case, these people who speak with this language are not aware of it, as far as my experience shows me. They mean don't try to satisfy your physical side only, but satisfy, nourish your spirit, what it desires. But they don't emphasize the importance of the fact that I can only satisfy the need, the desire of my spirit through material experience where God's qualities are manifested. How would you know that God is so loving to you if you don't appreciate the beautiful creation out there, delicious food in front of you on the table you are enjoying? How would you know that God is so merciful to you? How would you know that God is the designer of this beauty? God is the source of this mercy. How would you know? Of course, we should interact. That's what we keep repeating this in our life. We should, in our classes here, we should interact with the physical being in order to read the meaning they carry to me. I should carry the book not for the sake of paper, not for the sake of binding or the decoration on the paper, but for the sake of meaning in it, in order to interact with the meaning of the book. Can I reject the book saying that this is just a paper? How can I access the meaning? Can I access the meaning without the paper? No. Can I only get any valuable thing by appreciating the paper value rather than the meaning in the book? Nothing. We have to understand this real, balanced interaction which we have to follow. We have to eat in order to experience the presence of God's mercy in me, in the being that I am reading. I have to look at the beautiful creation in order to experience the quality of the art of the creator. But at the same time, I shouldn't love the beautiful flowers just for the sake of the flower's material body only. It will disappear. But if I see the beauty manifested in the flower, which is coming from the absolute creator, his absolute quality of beautifier, then he is the source, he is the originator of the beauty in this world. Then I would say, I will be with this absolute infinite originator of the beauty, and I will attach my spirit to him rather than the material body of the body of the flower. That is what we have to keep the balance. Without the body of the flower, I wouldn't recognize that my creator is the one who is the artist of this universe, exhibits in the universe endless degrees of beauties, endless varieties of beauties to my entertainment, enjoyment. So afterwards, I will say, okay, I love the beautifier creator making everything artfully, the artist of the universe, who is the creator of the universe. I am attaching my existence, my being to him rather than the matter itself. This is the balance. We should never ever ignore it. This is how my reality is. This is how the reality of the universe is. This is how the Quran presents. How should I get in touch with the Creator through by looking at the mountains, the clouds, seeing the lightnings and the rain coming down, and the plants, animals, and the milk of the animals, flesh of the animals, design of the animals. How many times the Quran gives reference to the universe, the parts, the elements, whatever it is in it, in order to witness that they are created by an absolute originator of the universe who is called God. So that is the balance we have to keep in mind rather than criticizing people who said what and why they said this. We have to understand the reality within our own case and make it real and practical for us. Here it is. My spirit is with me, universe is in front of me, and the message of God, again, in my hand. I am studying and trying to learn it. He is teaching me how to interact with the universe. Now, okay, now, now, you know what the Quran's principle of teaching, educating from one point into another point, as if changing the subject completely. But in fact, one aspect is demonstrated or presented to us, another aspect follows it. Now the phase of the teaching or reminding is changed. Verse 20 says, إن ألم نخلقكم من ماء مهين. Hey man, did we not create you? Don't you see that we have created you from contemptible, disgusting fluid? Which, you know, which is just so contemptible fluid. You are created out of this. How can you be arrogant now not to accept that you have to submit your existence, your being, to the creator of you, sustainer of your existence here? How can you claim this? What were you, man, from the very beginning? It is so realistic. What happened now? First, draw our attention to the people who are destroyed, who are of course, we said that only the wicked people are destroyed. Now, my body will be destroyed, but I will say I'm not destroyed. I'm not going to be destroyed. I am always as I am. So you are now, that is one thing. Now turn back to yourself. Who are you? What do you think you are? Do you think you are making yourself? You are a dignified person now? You are created out of a contemptible fluid. What are you talking about? What is this arrogance for? How are you really be proud of yourself as to be an independent, existent being? Come on, behave yourself and really pay attention to your essential reality, what you are. Now, فجعلناه في قرار مكين. It is we did it. We did it. It means the creator of the universe is speaking now, and the place, and we placed it in a secure place. It means we gave you the secure place in the womb of your mother. You didn't go there by yourself. You didn't choose there. That is how you were prepared, consciously deliberately within a certain order, knowledgeable order, so reflecting the knowledge that what he is going to do, the creator demonstrated that what he is going to do, he knows it, he knows what he is doing, and he prepared you stage by stage, so that you will understand that you have been taken care of from the very beginning of your existence in this world. You have been taken care of by a conscious being. So for a determined period, it doesn't mean that it will continuously, your existence will continuously will develop like this. No, 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 no. There will be a time it will start deteriorating materially, not spiritually. Your feelings will be as it is always. Excuse me. Your feelings is alive. For example, I can give a real example from my life. So I had difficulties in seeing. My spirit wanted to see perfectly, but my eyes were not able. Oh, I was disappointed. Okay, God showed me a way of curing this problem, and I can see now. Look, while my eyes were not able to see, my feeling of power of sight, my quality of power of sight was exactly the same as I was in my 20s. And it is so clear, isn't it? I wanted to see as I was seeing when I was 20 years old. So my spirit never gets old. My body gets old. So for my body, there is a determined period. Yeah, we did it. Who else did it? Who can do that? A conscious being. Do you think the atoms have consciousness? How are you uh, thinking? How do you see yourself? How do you interpret yourself? Your atoms are conscious, preparing themselves for your future. Do they have any quality to do that? So I think at this point, I noticed that there are something in chat box. So let me see. All right, Taya Simon. No, Shahrani family said again. Or on the other side, there are Muslims who are giving a very literal corporal descriptions of the afterlife. Now, again, it's Shahrani family. I think we should stop narrating other people's ideas or interpretations. Of course, you can think about it, but um, if it makes sense, making it seem like this word, but just more glamorous. And many strange interpretations go on with this literal discourse. Okay, okay. So Taya Simons itself, people say anything. Just concentrate my own responsibility. The object will disappear, the Taya Simmons says, or Simon Simmons says, the object will disappear, the experience is what remains. Yes. And we honor and the praise, we honor and praise the creator of that experience. I tell my mom and friends all the time, I still feel like I am 20. I thought you were 20, by the way. My knees and back don't agree. Exactly like me, but you are much younger than me. I cannot run, I mean, you may know, you may not know, I cannot run, but thank God I can walk. But I cannot run for the moment. So uh, my body cannot run, but my spirit wants to run. Okay, let's not talk about our disabilities. The body is disabilities. We have to make the distinction actually, although it is not right to say I cannot run. No, I should specify it. My body cannot run, but I want to run still, as I was 20s, in my 20s. So let's come here because it is time for iftar, almost 1 minute in New York. So this one for a determined period, yes, it is determined, it's under control, it is not acting by itself. It is controlled, it is determined by a conscious being, giving the opportunity for us to educate ourselves in this world. For example, a college education is 6 years, high school education is, I don't know, 4 years, or the college education is 4 years, whatever. The, I don't know, primary school or elementary school education is some many years. They have a beginning and the end, beginning and the end, beginning and the end. The end of a period of education, middle class, is the beginning of high school, middle education, I would say. Middle school, the beginning of high school. End of high school is the beginning of college. The end of the college, let's put it there, and let's say it's the last one, is the beginning of my real life. That's it. That is how we are experiencing in this world, in this order of the universe. So, end of my life here is the beginning of my life in the next creation. That is inevitable because my spirit never gets old. That's what we have to make sure. So, and he says, oh, it's a very beautiful verse now. فَقَدَرْنَا فَنِعْمَ الْقَادِرِينَ. It is we determine, and how excellent our determination is, or determiners we are. Okay, let's say literal translation. Now, it is perfectly teaching you, deliberately done, so wise. It demonstrates that you are here, continuously changing, and that is an end, that is a time of the appointment to get out of the school of the universe, and perfectly teaching you your reality. So you should not mislead yourself. Now, again, the refrain came. If you don't take notes of it and deny your own reality, look, first of all, we have to say, if someone doesn't deny his own reality, doesn't deny the revelation, because revelation is nothing but the verbal explanation of my reality. That's why we have to understand that how horrible is that day for those who denied their own reality that we are experiencing here, so that I will confirm the revelation, which is explaining what my reality is. Nothing more than the explanation of my reality, the reality of existence out there, reality of my body, reality of my spirit. When my consciousness is aware of all of these elements. So I would say, how horrible is the moment, is the is the person's life for those people who deny their own reality, who deny the reality of the universe, who existence, who deny the reality of the message that the prophets bring to us from the creator of the universe. I am from the creator of the universe. Creator of the universe. Universe is from its creator. Message is also from the creator of the universe. Everything comes from the same source. Of course, they shouldn't contradict to each other. The same source is manifesting himself, his qualities in three different forms. In the form of universe, in the form of human spirit, in the form of course, human body is a part of the universe. That's why I didn't say separately. In the form of human spirit and in the form of the speech in the revelation, manifesting itself and presenting himself to my consciousness, to my spirit. If I deny this, of course, I would be experiencing a horrible life because I deserve it. I denied every kind of reality. So the examples of the previous people, I denied them. I didn't take notes of them. And my own creation, the way I was subject to be prepared to grow into my life here, I denied that as well. And also the message passed on to me through the messengers, I denied this was as well. And what else? We have to be fair to the creator, saying that, oh God, really, I torture myself. This is my fault. That is what hell is. I am growing into the truth of, if I deny, if I reject all these sources altogether, of course, I am composing my DNA in the form of a seed, which will grow into a tree, which is called Shajaratul Zakkum. The description of hell is, in the language of the prophet, is the tree of Zakkum, poisonous tree, the tree which gives poisonous fruit. That is what Zakkum is in the language of the prophet, describing hell. The more you eat, the more you will be poisoned yourself. If you don't eat it, you will suffer from hunger, lack of God's mercy, because you didn't accept it. That is so logically understandable, confirmable. MashaAllah. Let's stop here. It is time, and the iftar time also, I have to respect our friends. Looking for God's blessings and enjoy it, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I would like to see you again Wednesday, Saturday, and next Monday. We will continue this chapter, inshallah, chapter Mursalat.
Assalamu alaikum, Jazakallah. Thank you so much, inshallah.